Hey there. So a few months ago, I talked about deciding to start therapy during pregnancy, and you can check out this pregnancy update where I talk about why I decided to start therapy. But I thought I'd make an update video since it has been a few months and talk about how therapy is going. This is something that I've thought about before and really hadn't tried counseling to work through different issues until very recently. But during my pregnancy, I was feeling stressed out. I was feeling, having a lot of anxious thoughts. And when I would explain what I was thinking to my husband, he would say, I think you might want to talk to a professional. He's like, I don't really know what to say to help you out. He's like, you might want to look into that. And I thought, okay, that's a sign, because if he's telling me that, and I have friends and family that I can talk to, but talking to a professional is somebody outside my circle, I can just explain what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, and I thought it would really help the transition, having a new baby in the family, becoming a mom of 3, and that transition from having 2 kids to having 3 kids, and just like the mental shifts that happen during that transformation. So I did decide to look into online counseling a couple months ago and looked into BetterHelp, and that is an app and a website that you can use for connecting with a counselor who fits certain criteria. For me, I wanted it to be a female and someone who has a Christian perspective, someone who could give me advice on parenting and also dealing with stress and anxiety. And so for me, I looked into BetterHelp and I signed up, and you can have video calls or audio calls or messages back and forth. And so for the last couple months, I've been doing a call with my counselor about once a week, and just having someone to talk to and to express what I'm thinking has really helped me to verbalize some of the thoughts that I was thinking and some of the bad habits of negative thinking that I didn't even realize were going on inside of my head, but were making me feel stressed and anxious. And so I've really appreciated having someone outside my circle to talk to, someone who is qualified and has studied different things, different ways to help, different ways to cope, and someone who has that perspective, that has gone before and understands. So I think it has been really helpful the last couple months to have counseling while I was pregnant and to have somebody to talk to going through that transition. And now that I've had my 3rd baby, I feel like I'm at a good place. Right now I have a lot of support in place, and I have used the exercises and worksheets that are available through BetterHelp, and some of them that have really helped me are gratitude exercises, and when I am having those negative thoughts, to change it to positive thoughts, to remind myself what I have to be thankful for, and start making a list. Because once you start listing off the things in life that we have to be thankful for and grateful for, the list keeps going and going, and there really is so much good. But if we focus on the bad, it seems a lot bigger than it is. Another worksheet that really helped me was the grounding exercises to be more present, because I did notice that I was worrying about the future, worrying about things that were out of my control, and trying to plan too far in advance, or just being worried about the unknown, not knowing when my baby was going to be born, or how that was going to go, or how I was going to deal with having 3 kids now, and just thinking too far in the future. So I think grounding exercises to become more present were really helpful, of just understanding where I'm at, enjoying where I'm at, and choosing to focus on that and not focus on things that are outside my control. So that's another thing that was really helpful, was the gratitude exercises, grounding, being more present, and also mindfulness of reframing thoughts. So we have tons of thoughts going through our heads all day, every day, and they create patterns. And so we think about things that we don't even necessarily, or that we're not necessarily conscious about. And so I really think it was helpful to be more observant of, what am I thinking? How does that make me feel? Do I want to be thinking that way or feeling that way? And how can I make that a better thought? So for example, instead of I don't know if I can do this, I would switch that thought and think, okay, what can I do, and what can we do about this. So changing it to a more positive thought and a more productive thought than how am I going to do this or what's going to happen, instead of those worried thoughts, change it to, okay, what can I control? What can I choose to do? What are my options? And so those types of things really helped in the last few months. Doing therapy and having a counselor, I think, was really helpful to just make that decision. And it did make me more relieved to just know, okay, at this time during this week, I'm going to be able to work through some of this, and having someone that was able to speak positively into my life and give me good advice, and someone that I could check in with, was really helpful. So I wanted to share my experience for anyone who's maybe thinking about doing therapy, if you haven't tried counseling before and if it might seem scary, or like me, I didn't have anything specific where I thought, okay, this was a very traumatic experience, or, you know, my life is difficult. It wasn't like anything outside was happening. It was more internal for me. It was more of the mental mindset shifts and having a stronger positive mindset. And so that's what my goal was going into it. And now at this point in postpartum, where I have a new baby, I have a lot of support. My schedule is kind of all over the place on a 24-hour baby schedule. I have decided not to renew counseling right now, and I feel like I'm in a good place. And I've talked to my counselor about this and thanked her for helping me with this transition. And I know that I can always go back if I need to talk to a counselor once, or if I need to start weekly counseling or have somebody regular to talk to. And so I wanted to recommend that if anybody is feeling stressed out or anxious, or you're having those negative thoughts and want to talk it out with somebody, I think it's really helpful. So I'm going to link below in the description to BetterHelp, and that's the online counseling that I used, and they matched me up with a great counselor, and I really enjoyed it, and I think I will use it in the future if I need it. So I would recommend you can try it out. Click the link in the description and you can have a free week of counseling and try it out. So I want to encourage you to do that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support throughout this journey. I try to share the real, the raw, and the honest experience, and it's just my experience. Everybody's different, but I want to share what has been helpful for me during this time, and hopefully it will help you as well. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos coming soon, and I'll see you in the next one.